Coming into Coco Pazzo, you come in, you see this beautiful antipasto display, you get this great smell of the fresh bread that we make in the restaurant. We have an open kitchen, and it's great, kind of like our theatrical setting here at the restaurant. And in the center is this wood-fired oven. It's kind of like the center stage for our theater. We do a little simple, rustic Italian food. In order to make it authentic, we get fish from the Mediterranean, we buy flour from Naples, salt from Sicily. We try and find the best ingredients from Italy and bring them here. That's a really integral part of our cooking. I do go out on the floor, help fillet fish, or we have this bistecca fiorentina, which is a typical Tuscan steak, and I go out and slice the steak for them. The most rewarding thing for me at Coco Pazzo is hearing the customers' comments and say, you know what, I want to come in, I want to make another reservation. The passion that I have cooking at the restaurant, I mean, it makes me feel like we're family, and it truly shows that the food does come from my heart.
So, Diana, you're telling us that being at Coco Pazzo is just like being in Tuscany. Tell us why you chose it.
I love Coco Pazzo. Coco Pazzo, in my book, is great if you want a really kind of very professional, very seamless, very kind of pristine dining experience. I think that most Americans, we generally equate Italian cuisine to, heavy kind of red pasta sauces. Coco Pazzo, in my opinion, is that kind of cut above the fray, so to speak. A really heavy emphasis on, fresh herbs, fresh vegetables, and a lot of meat, which makes me happy. So,
Elizabeth, how was your experience?
It was good, although I didn't go for the meat dishes. We went for the pasta, and I have to say the pasta is some of the best pasta dishes that I've ever had. It was really fantastic.
Good.
So overall, I had a great dining experience. There were some things that I didn't necessarily love about it that wouldn't make it probably my choice, especially for that higher-priced restaurant.
What didn't you like about it? Like what?
One thing, I actually felt a little rushed when I was there.
Oh.
We had our reservation. It was no problem. We sat down. But immediately the waiter was there. We'd ordered our wine, we'd ordered our entrees and our appetizer. The appetizer came immediately. We just had a couple sips of wine and our entrees were there. So it was I would have preferred a little bit more time to kind of enjoy my meal and taste everything.
Was it a weekend? Or?
It was a Friday night, yeah.
And my friend Ann and my son David went for 7:30 reservations on a Saturday night. We had a leisurely 2.5-hour dinner. The risotto is the best we've had. It was wild mushrooms and
black truffle.
Black truffle
How
oil.
good was that?
Outstanding. My son loved the soup, the minestrone soup. I think the only issues were the wine list and the dessert list, candidly. The pastry chef is Erika Masuda, a native Japanese that's a French pastry trained individual. So our expectations are really very high. I had, something I've never had before was a vanilla bean custard. It was very nice and just a delightful. It was very, very refreshing. The desserts were nice. They were very well prepared, but we didn't see signature pieces. I had hoped for some kind of Japanese fusion, Italian, French thing, or even a chef's choice for desserts. We didn't see that. The wine list, the bottled wine was very expensive in the $100 to $150 range for the Brunellos and the Barolas and Amarettis and Terrassis, and just weren't approachable.
To be fair, though, those are some of the most expensive wines the world over. I mean, not all of the wines were $100 to $150.
Yeah.
There's Barberas on the list, for example, that were in that kind of $30 range.
Mm-hmm. I agree about the wine and the dessert. I had the same experience on that, but the wines are kind of pricey for me.
Well, Diana, you're a wine consultant. I mean, if you had the ability to perhaps show them, more affordable options on the wine list in Italy, well, why don't you tell us which wine you picked?
We just went with wines by the glass, and I love to do the following whenever I'm in any, kind of restaurant situation. Not test the waiter, but I like to challenge the waiter. I basically leave it, up to the
and that's a good point. I mean, probably what they get benefit from is when they serve you the wine list is provide some help. I mean, other restaurants do, and they'll bring over the the sommelier and
Yeah.
actually help you explore, because we really didn't see anything that was
You know, it's
approachable.
interesting is a neat little trick that you can do is if you're at a restaurant and perhaps you're entertaining clients, etc. If you're trying to stay within a price range, and rather than saying I want something
Yeah.
around $40, have the server stand behind you and kind of point at something and then point at the price and go, I'm looking for something kind of like this. And you're pointing at $40,
Oh,
and
nice.
your guests will think you're pointing at a
Secret trick.
particular selection, and then you'll get the price point across in a sort of a savvy way.
And you hope the
Oh, I like that.
sommelier has heard of this trick
Yeah.
too.
Well, they do now.
That's key. I know, right? There you go.
Well, Diana, you said that you love their meat dishes. Any items in particular?
My goodness. I do not suggest this for everyone unless you have, the defibrillator standing by. But our waiter suggested the 40 ounce
Oh, we saw that.
quarter
Half a
ounce
cow.
for two.
Yeah, half
yes,
a cow in a
yes.
plate.
Elizabeth, you said you enjoyed a couple pasta dishes. What were they?
We got two. One was the butternut squash ravioli with the sage brown butter sauce. That was my entree, and I
saw that.
loved it.
Great.
And my fiance who was with me got like I don't remember what it was, some pasta with tomato sauce and fresh made sausage, like house made sausage. And I thought they were both really great. And like a lot of complexity in both of the dishes. Like I feel a lot of times when you get pasta, it's like tomato or it's
Right.
like creamy or like, you only get one flavor, where I felt like there was a lot going on in both of our dishes that made them really.
It's like therein lies the Tuscan paradox. Like a lot of complexity, but also a lot of simplicity.
All right. Well, Diana, Coco Pazzo was your selection. Give us a summary.
I love Coco Pazzo because I think it's a great kind of destination place if you are into really fresh ingredients, high-end Italian cuisine, and really seamless professional service.
Elizabeth?
I would say go for the pasta, stay away from the desserts perhaps, and enjoy a couple glasses of wine.
All right.
I'm just saying, I think it's a wonderful place. Food is excellent. The risotto's out of this world, and we'd like to go back and try some other things on the menu.
All right. Well, you can get wined and dined at Coco Pazzo, 300 West Hubbard, 312-836-0900. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday, and for dinner only on Saturday and Sunday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $45.